After you set up your threshold and uh, did a measure and count, you can immediately see the objects was counted with the numbers totaled here, and then the result will show in the counted measure results here. There's just a lot of sub-tabs here. Um, you can choose object measurements. This is the main form or data you're going to generate to measure different parameters. If you wish to add in another parameter which is not already on this form, and you can just click here, select object measurements, and they're gonna give you a list of things that the software can do to measure. And they're gonna give you a brief description what it is and what is the data presented, and you can choose according to your needs. For example, I can ask the software to measure the aspect ratio to say this maximum ratio between B and A is how basically if you put the object into a rectangle or box, what does the ratio look like? We can just add in that one. And then if you drag down here, you can see the aspect ratio here was added for each of the object detected. Um, and then for the next one, for example, I already introduced you guys to use a detection options to narrow down your criteria to detect object. And further on this panel, you can use the object filters to further filter down the data you want to present or the data of interest. For example, use the area and these two columns aligned with here, and I can just type in a number here, for example, 10. And for the maximum, we can type in a number, maybe 30. And you can see these two lines pop up here. This is the count of the object distribution versus the area. And you can drag these two things. Say if I make the minimum smaller, you can see it's more things got detected. If I move this maximum smaller, they're gonna take out some of the big guys and to narrow it down. As you move here, you can see the object count here is changed as well. So it's in the filter range, it's only detect 38 instead of 800 or something. And if you go back to the object measurement, and you can see the change here as well with the total count 831, but the counted in the filter range is decreased to 38. You can use these settings to further narrow down the things you want to detect to tidy up your data.